morning and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings in Boston. We're the daily podcast that gets you started on the right foot and always with a positive vibe. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Wednesday, November 29th. You'll be interested to know today is Chadwick Boseman Day. Let's remember this actor who left us too soon. Boseman was perhaps most famous for playing Black Panther in the Marvel franchise, but also played James Brown in Get On Up, as well as featuring prominently in 42, the Jackie Robinson story. Known for his welcoming and humble personality, today we'll be sure to exude a little of that warmth in our own lives. 26 more days until Christmas. Now let's check out the weather in the Boston area. This morning it's clear and feels like 18 degrees, with 12 miles per hour winds. Tonight the sun will set at 4:13 p.m., and it will rise again tomorrow at 6:52 a.m. It looks like we're in for a day of mostly sun, with a high near 39. West wind 9 to 13 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 27. Southwest wind around 9 miles per hour. Looking ahead, we may be in for some more rain tomorrow and Friday as well. The first low tide today will be right around 6 a.m. with a high tide at noon. The nearshore buoy at Cape Cod Bay reads 50 degrees for the water temperature. In the national weather, heavy lake effect snow through Wednesday and heavy rain across Hawaii. Lake effect snow will continue downwind of the Great Lakes through Wednesday morning. Expect difficult travel conditions. The cold air has finally made its way south and east, making way for near to below freezing low temperatures. Meanwhile, a low-pressure system moving northwest of Hawaii will bring thunderstorms, heavy rain, and flooding potential across the state. And now a greeting from our sponsor. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real, south, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in the divine experience of their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini during lunch or just breeze through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5, so stop on by and grab a coffee and pastry to go. And don't forget to tell them Sunny sent you. In top news, Amazon has become the largest delivery business in the U.S., surpassing UPS and FedEx in parcel volumes. In 2022, Amazon delivered more packages to U.S. homes than UPS, and it is projected to widen the gap further in 2023. The company has already delivered over 4.8 billion packages before Thanksgiving, with internal projections estimating around 5.9 billion by the year-end. Amazon's rise to dominance comes as it built out one of the world's largest logistics networks, including a franchise program with around 200,000 drivers. Now let's talk science and technology. Venturi Astrolab's Moon rover mission, dubbed Mission 1, secured over $160 million in customer contracts, is set to launch on a SpaceX Starship by mid-2026. 8 customers, including Argo Space, Astroport Space Technologies, Avalon Space, Interstellar Lab, and LifeShip Incorporated, will deploy payloads for lunar water harvesting, sustainable development experiments, plant pods, and a DNA seed bank. Venturi Astrolab's Flex rover, capable of carrying 1,500 kilograms of payload, will autonomously maneuver on the lunar surface. The startup aims to contribute to establishing a permanent lunar outpost at a lower cost and shorter timeline. And in the stock market, here is a shout out to Charlie Munger. He lived to 99, and that ain't bad. The wisdom of legendary investors Warren Buffett and Charlie has significantly shaped investment and business analysis approaches. Their shareholder letters and philosophy on competitive advantage inspired the use of the term moat to describe a company's competitive strengths. Additionally, their approach to rating stocks focusing on intrinsic value and a margin of safety influenced investment strategies. Beyond investing, Munger's impact is evident in communication styles and business practices, such as avoiding traditional Wall Street conference calls. Recommended readings include The Essays of Warren Buffett and Port Charlie's Almanac. Cheers to you, Mr. Munger. Moving on to sports. Miriam Adelson, widow of casino magnate Sheldon Adelson, is selling $2 billion in Las Vegas Sands stock to acquire a majority stake in an undisclosed professional sports team. The family has a binding purchase agreement for the team, pending league approvals. Adelson controls over 56% of the Sands shares and is worth about $33 billion. The shares represent around 11% of her holdings. The family maintains ties to Las Vegas despite selling the Venetian resort last year. And last night at the Garden, the Celtics, playing at home, beat the Bulls 124-97. The Celtics' three-point game was strong last night. They nailed 8 of 16 shots from downtown, setting the tone early. The Bulls faced tight defense, trailing 31-20 after the first quarter. Bench players like Banton and Pritchard stepped up, bringing energy and nailing threes. Despite a defensive hiccup, the Celtics dominated, shooting 65% from the field. Jaylen Brown owned the show with 16 points and 6 rebounds. The Bruins did not play last night and are off tonight as well, which seems to be much needed. We'll check in on them again on Thursday when they play at home against the Sharks with a record of 5-15-2. On to more of a local vibe in our community spotlight. We are working with local yoga studios to bring you some free classes. Here's what we love about yoga. Yoga embraces a comprehensive health strategy, fostering flexibility, reducing stress, and enhancing mental well-being. Combining physical activity and mindfulness, it positively impacts vitality. Scientific studies affirm its benefits, linking yoga to improved heart health, lowered blood pressure, and enhanced sleep. It's a well-supported avenue for physical and mental well-being in just a few mindful minutes daily. So keep an ear out in the coming weeks for your opportunity to try out some local spots and get the blood pumping. Namaste, my friends. In local news, construction crews in Waltham uncovered several cannonballs while digging for a new electrical conduit on Foundry Avenue. The bomb squad responded, evacuating buildings and a nearby shopping plaza. The cannonballs of various sizes were safely removed, and a hazmat team checked for environmental hazards, finding none. Everything seems to be just fine. Wait, what's that? I've just been handed something.
Cannonball!
And in entertainment news, according to Rotten Tomatoes, the top 3 streaming shows of November are Fargo, Monarch: Legacy of Monsters, and A Murder at the End of the World. Fargo, streaming on Hulu and the FX channel, just started season 5, featuring John Hamm and Juno Temple. Monarch: Legacy of Monsters is streaming on Apple TV Plus with Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell. And yes, they are related. Wyatt is Kurt's son. And A Murder at the End of the World is streaming on Hulu and the FX channel. Season 1 features Emma Corrin and Clive Owen. The show is described as a mystery series with a new kind of detective at the helm, a Gen Z amateur sleuth, and tech-savvy hacker named Darby Hart. In this limited series, Darby and 8 other guests are invited by a reclusive billionaire to participate in a retreat at a remote and dazzling location. When one of the other guests is found dead, Darby must put to use all of her combined skills to prove it was in fact murder, all against a tide of competing interests, and before the killer takes another life. Oh, baby, that sounds like a good one. Well, alrighty, folks, it's time for the thought of the day. And it's another one from Gandhi. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Boom. Let's go. It's hump day. And that's a wrap for this morning. Remember to stay tuned tomorrow for more news and updates. Have an amazing day, my good friends. Whether you're heading to work, an event, or just enjoying the day, stay safe and enjoy your day to the fullest. We'll be back tomorrow with another Sunny Mornings podcast. Thanks for tuning in.